Carmina, weigh in here. Hey, who's to say that Queens isn't as great as Queensland?
You know, I was surprised by Queens. I was there this summer on a travel TV shoot, and I stayed at the Paper Factory Hotel, which had this hip industrial vibe. I found some really great neighborhood diners, cafes. There are lots of museums like TS1, and it was right across the bridge from Manhattan. So I got to stay in a much more spacious and inexpensive room and visit Manhattan and also explore Queens, which I found a lot of good stuff there.
Well, no, unless you go, right, La Carmina?
Well, I went. I was in Ohio, and I went with an open mind. I did like a lot of things there, but let me tell you, again, I would not go out of my way to go to Cleveland. I love drag queens. I love alternative nightlife, and I just don't think that's a destination for me. I would pick a place like San Francisco or Portland, and I love New Orleans. I think there's something for everyone there. It doesn't matter your interests, whereas Cleveland, I think it's a little limited.
Take a trip to Cuba. Are you going to be one of them?
Well, no, because I'm Canadian. So I've never dealt with this travel restriction, and to me, it's this low-cost destination from Toronto. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love to visit Cuba. I'm really fascinated by the punk scene at G Street in Havana and the vintage culture, but you can go both ways. You could just treat it like an all-inclusive resort, like anywhere else in the Caribbean. So, you know, if you want to get a great experience out of it, go for it. I'm not going to be rushing to book my tickets because I could anytime. As a Canadian, it doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, I see. La Carmina, you have some interesting picks for 2015.
I recommend Cebu in the Philippines. I think a lot of people overlook it as a beach destination in Asia. They go to Bali or they go to Bangkok and Phuket, and they overlook that Cebu has these beautiful white sand beaches. That's me enjoying Lapu-Lapu right there. One of the best days of this entire year, and there's Pacific Cebu Resort. Like, you can stay at these great resorts or not even resorts, but like off the beaten path places for very affordable prices. There are great locals, food, and you can go sailing, snorkeling, scuba, enjoy these beaches that don't have any McDonald's or tourists around. So just a quick flight from Hong Kong, 2 hours, very cheap, and beautiful destination. Try Cebu.
Oh, that's very interesting. So you are, I'm assuming, because you are a travel host and you're going all over the world, are you a non-parent?
I am a non-parent, unless you count my cat.
Have you ever taken your cat on a plane?
I have, in fact.
Do you feel like...
He was in cargo, unfortunately, because of the airline rules. I wish I could have him in the seat with me like a baby. He would have been better than a lot of babies I flew with.
Why couldn't you have him on the seat? Because one thing I find interesting is, and also this is, it's interesting when you look at different airlines in different countries, right? Because when you say look, air travel is just terrible, it's appalling anyway, so just get used to it, and the baby's a part of how awful it is. It actually doesn't have to be awful. It's not particularly awful in a lot of other countries. It's particularly terrible within the United States for some reason.
I think that's Australian bias. Why do you?
No,
I want to show just how wrong you are.
Okay,
Let's check out this video, this YouTube video.
Which is a flight from JFK to Korea.
But
so it
what
includes...
airline? It could be a Korean airline.
Well, we will see. I'll be able to tell you because I know.
La Carmina, is there anything that in your situation, do you think you could pull a Mike Sachs? Do you think that if people were more tolerant and thoughtful of babies as people and not just annoying crying things, that this experience could be taken a little bit more seriously and better?
I think there are solutions. I know that whenever I fly internationally, well, first of all, Asian babies seem to be better behaved for some reason.
Here. Yes, I'm with you on that.
Did
I'm with
you
you on that racist
Korean
comment.
baby?
I'm with you on that racist comment. That's true.
An exception. But for example, once I flew on Lufthansa, and they had this special bassinet system where all the babies had more legroom, and they were given a free detachable crib so that they could sleep during in their normal pattern and have more space. And I thought that was an easy solution that made the flight a lot easier.
Okay, but